I want to talk about. We sort of talked about him, but sort of didn't.
Hmm.
Is the Dallas Cowboys and Mr. Dak Prescott.
Everything that can go wrong has.
Do
Yep,
you think he is overpaid?
absolutely.
Okay.
However, however, there's a caveat here, right? Because and you're seeing it first and foremost this year, where offense is at an astronomically low level in
Hmm.
the NFL. Passing is well down. You can see it that quarterback play is down across the league. These teams are being forced to pay these quarterbacks because the alternatives are just that worse.
Yeah.
So is Dak Prescott being overpaid? 150%. 150%. But if you're on a Dallas Cowboys perspective, if you're Jerry Jones, you kind of have to. You don't really have a choice because your team, your offense, you're not going to waste generational talent in CeeDee Lamb with a rookie quarterback or with a quarterback that you're just going to find in free agency.
Yeah.
It's a very tough position to put these teams in. Look at the Giants 2 years ago. You paid Daniel Jones $40 million a year, but you kind of had to.
Yeah.
It's these situations that are putting these NFL teams in such tough spots because the quarterback plays down throughout the league, but the alternatives are even worse.
Yeah. It's going on with what you said. I will obviously agree with the caveat that they don't have that many options to go for, but it also doesn't help like going on the side. Like, obviously, I believe he's extremely overpaid for many reasons. One of the reasons is I don't think. Obviously, I think he's like top 10 quarterback, but I don't think he doesn't deserve that much money. Like he deserves, I'd say, he got what was it, a 4 year extension for what 234. I don't. I think he deserves maybe a 3 year extension for like 160, maybe repeat his contract he had before because he hasn't done anything. And obviously, like from the first 3 weeks of the season, obviously they beat on a bad team as the Browns,
Yep.
and then they lost to the Saints, which it's still a high-powered offense, and they lost to the Ravens, which is a great team. Obviously, they had two hard opponents back to back, but seeing CD and Dak not connect how they should, and seeing like what's going on the sidelines, it's not good. Like,
No, it's not. And I think moving forward, especially just from the first 3 weeks alone, and obviously a lot can change in the next 14 weeks of the NFL season, right? It's a very long year. We could be having a completely different conversation in the next couple of weeks. But I think a lot of NFL teams and a lot of NFL GMs are looking at these contracts. Dak Prescott getting paid $60 million a year. $60 million a year.
that's
And
fucking
he
insane.
has not played even close to that contract in the first 3 weeks.
Hell no.
Trevor Lawrence getting paid $55 million a year. He has worse stats than Daniel Jones.
Yeah, he's playing fucking horrible.
I mean,
I had faith in him
no,
too.
no offense to your guy, Jalen Hurts. He's not exactly throwing the cover off the ball for
No,
$51 million a year.
no.
Tua, he's getting paid $53 million a year. He may be dead. We don't even know.
He's not even. He's watching the game. It could be cloudy. Motherfucker has sunglasses on. I don't know if you saw the game, but he was on the sideline. He had headphones in and had a fucking sunglasses on, like he was blind.
Oh, of course, because if he had any sunlight or if anybody spoke to him, he'd have a seizure on the spot.
I don't. I feel bad for. I feel bad for. Obviously going back. I feel bad for Tua, but like, oh my god, he's
Of,
overpaid, astronomically
of course,
overpaid.
and then you go to the source of all of the overpaying in the NFL. The one quarterback who started it all, Deshaun Watson, getting paid $46 million for raping people.
And then the guaranteed money. Don't forget about the guaranteed
And
money.
on top of that, the guaranteed money, which was 160 million of it. No, my bad.
It was all. It
Completely
was.
wrong.
It was almost
It's
all
all
of
of
it.
it.
It was
It's
all
all
of it.
it's all of it. $230 million. I mean, at this point, if you're an NFL GM, you got to be real careful with paying these guys
I'm.
because I realize that the quarterback play in the league is down and the alternatives are bad, but do you really want to spend? We're going to go back to Dak here really quick. Do you really want to spend $60 million on a guy who is just not taking over any of the games?
No, like you're 100% right. It's just with going back with Dak is like he's not producing for a $60 million quarterback. Like for example, Lamar, I believe he deserves that money. He would deserve that type of money purely because he's had 2 MVP seasons. He's brought them to the conference championship
Nope.
twice. No, once. He brought them to the conference championship once, and he's played good. And he's played good for his team. Consistency. That's all. That's what it's about. The NFL consistency. Dak has been like this, like a fucking roller coaster.
Derek, let me ask you a question. Who would you say are the two best quarterbacks in the league? I think it's unanimous.
Two best quarterbacks in the league.
Two best quarterbacks in the league. Mahomes.
And I'd say Lamar. Honestly,
all right. I'm gonna say Josh Allen.
I say Lamar is like, and Josh Allen are like this. I feel like that's a coin flip.
Let's go to Mahomes really quick. Mahomes is definitely the best quarterback in the league.
Oh,
nobody is disputing that, right?
Not debating.
There are 11 quarterbacks being paid over him.
But that's also because he had a $500 million contract that was deferred.
Yes, he has a $450 million contract. I completely understand. But to think, I mean, this is just how sports should work. The best players deserve to get paid the most because they're carrying their teams.
Exactly.
What has Dak Prescott done for his team?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Absolutely nothing. What has Trevor Lawrence done for his team?
Nothing.
What has Tua done for his team?
Brought a lot of views.
Except brought grief.
Yeah, grief, views for any like.
Jordan Love has done absolutely nothing in his career so far. He's getting paid $55 million a year.
But he has a lot of, and that's the only one who I see deserves it in the slightest.
Does not deserve it.
I'm only saying he deserves it because I see the potential in him.
You can see the potential. Is he worth right this second $55 million a year?
No, not right now.
But then why are you paying it to him?
You pay it to him now because if you look at it, Dean, as what we were saying before, the market is just only going up. Every single time a quarterback gets paid, it's going up. So
but that's the key issue right there. There needs to be a market correction in the years to come.
And how the fuck is that going to happen?
Mediocre quarterbacks like Dak Prescott cannot get paid $60 million a year.
And also, motherfucker is like 29 years old. He's going to be playing into his contract when he's 34.
What's going to have to happen is, and what is going to have to happen is, general managers are going to negotiate this with these guys. Let's just say, for example, this is the way the negotiation went down. Dak said, I want $60 million a year. GMs are going to have to go to these guys and be like, absolutely fucking not.
But could you pay me in advance?
You serious?
Yeah. like
absolutely not.
Not deserve that much. Like, no.
Go out there, go see what you're worth. I guarantee you won't get $60 million a year. And you're going to have to look to the alternative too. Is you're going to have to start weighing these options. Would you rather be paying this guy $60 million a year, right? Or do you want to take the chance to go out there for maybe an underrated quarterback in the first few years of career, like the Minnesota Vikings did with Sam Darnold, and take a chance?
Yeah.
They could have paid Kirk. They could have done it.
I forgot about Kirk Cousins.
But they chose that the alternative for them was better. What was better, paying Kirk Cousins $45 million coming off a torn Achilles, or going out there into the market with the alternative, and they went after Sam Darnold, who they gave, I don't even know. Let me take a quick look here. What the hell is Sam Darnold getting paid? $10 million for the year.
He's still
on a prove-it deal. On a prove-it deal.
He has a lot of. I know he has a lot of incentives in his contract.
Of course. But that's what's going to have to start happening with these teams. These teams are going to have to get bold, and they're going to have to not pay these guys and completely ruin their salary cap.
Salary cap in all sports, I'd have to say, is just getting ruined every fucking year.
And to go back onto the point that we originally started, right? Is Dak Prescott getting overpaid? If I'm a Cowboy fan, obviously you wanted Dak Prescott back, right?
Yes.
You had to have him back, especially because you just paid CD Lamb an astronomical amount of money.
Well deserved.
But you know what? After this year, if the Dallas Cowboys, because of salary cap, are forced to let Micah Parsons go, God, am I going to be fucking pissed as a Cowboy fan.
Oh, 100%. With
I'm going to be livid.
The thing is, they cannot let him go. And Micah Parsons, from like what we've seen, is not the type. He's not going to take a cheap contract. He
No,
won't.
of course not. But that's where the issue lies, because if you do give him his money, if you do sign him to a long-term deal, which he very much deserves, because he is one, if not second best defensive player in the NFC.
Yeah.
If you're the Dallas Cowboys, you basically just have a team of 3 extremely paid players and then just a bunch of mediocre players that you're filling around them because of salary cap issues.
Yeah. And I forgot.
So you're going to be a mediocre team.
Yeah, just not even a me. I don't even like. If you really think about it, if the past 2 years, what made their team was their defense.
Yep.
The defense helped them out on so many fronts, which made their offense get the ball more. They had the ball a lot more, scored a lot more points, and all that shit. But it also doesn't, like, going back to like the overpaid. It screws over your other team, your teammates, by
Of
getting
course.
this big contract. Like, I don't think Trayvon got paid yet. He might have got paid.
He has.
Might've.
He did. 5 years, $97 million.
All right, that's still good. That's very good for a corner.
That's great for a corner. Almost $20 million a year.
It's just like all the young guys who are coming in, they're gonna be stuck, like not getting good contracts because of Dak Prescott.
No, what's going to happen is
They're gonna leave.
Yes, the Dallas Cowboys are not going to be able to afford them, and they're going to draft all these young, promising talents, and they're going to take their talents elsewhere because the Dallas Cowboys can't pay them.
America's team fumbling the money. It's kind of crazy.
America's team. They haven't been America's team in 30 years.
They
haven't gotten past
know.
the first round in 30 years.
I know that, but that's how when you hear football talk and they're talking about the Cowboys, they say they're America's team. Do I think they're America's team? No.
No, they're dog shit.
They're horrible. But this is coming from an Eagles fan and a Giants fan.
They're dog shit. They have not made it past the first round in 30 years.
With Dak Prescott, they haven't done anything.
And that's with Dak Prescott. That's with Tony Romo, who is a very good regular season quarterback. Playoffs? I'm just saying, these teams are going to have to make business decisions when it comes to these quarterbacks moving forward, because clearly, and it's showing this year, there's not many quarterbacks in the league who are going to carry you to victory.
No.
And they shouldn't be paid like it.
Obviously, the only people who should be getting paid like it is the top 3 quarterbacks. Or at the top, I'd say top 3 quarterbacks, best quarterbacks.
Well, yeah, because those top 3 quarterbacks in Lamar, Josh Allen, and Mahomes, they've proven that they can carry a game.
Exactly.
That they can go win you a game. All these other quarterbacks that are getting paid, they've shown absolutely nothing of the sort.
Yeah, it's